Alright, so it's the next day. I went to the junkyard this morning, kind of forgot to record, but I got a fuel rail, injectors. I don't know what this sensor is, but I got this because I noticed I didn't have it. I found another Z6 head with everything the same. And I got a map sensor, and yeah, I think that's all I got this morning, but I forgot to record it. I ended up getting this and the injectors because these are pretty crusty and like, look at that. Like, I don't know. These just didn't look good to me. And I'd have to modify this too, so I just picked that whole thing up because I found the right head. We're gonna go back to the EK in a sec and try to drop the trans, and we'll see how that goes. Alright, just got back to the coupe. We're gonna try to start pulling the transmission. So I'm gonna start by jacking it up, pulling this off, trying to get the axle out of here on this side first, and then I'll start doing the bolts. I'll show you guys the process. Finally got that out. Had to use a pickle fork. I'm gonna start taking the axle out next, and then some wires on the trans, and yeah, it's just a few 17s, and I gotta get all these little, gotta get all the accessory stuff off too. All right, finally got the trans out, and all this, and the shifters over here. The automatic trans is finally out. I apologize if the camera is super oily. I was using my phone as a flashlight for a lot of this, so phone's pretty dirty right now. But yeah, got the trans out. We'll deal with wiring stuff tomorrow. But yeah, broke this thing, kind of sucks, but I'm not using this. It's going straight back to the junkyard. It's garbage. No one wants an auto. Yeah, put this back on the floor and call it a night. We're on our way to the next junkyard to look for that distributor clip we couldn't find, and then still possibly a whole white intake manifold.
Yo, EK!
Yo, it's clean.
Blue hatch, let's go.
Alright, we'll pick the camera back up when we get there. Oh, this junkyard's closed.
This shitty ass spot, bro.
This junkyard sucks. They overpriced for everything. They're kind of crazy.
But they have like everything too. So.
They do. They have everything. But we're gonna hit up some dude we know with a towing yard and go see if we can try to pull some stuff out of there. So we'll see how that goes. Well, next clip will either be there or back at the EK. Okay, next day. Got this out. We're about to go hit up a junkyard and look for the some injector clips because we're converting the it's going to be an OBD1 head with an OBD1 ECU and OBD1 injectors, so we got to change the clips for the injectors, the distributor, the alternator, and I think that should be it. And we're also going to look for a manual. Hey, can you pop this real quick?
Yeah.
We're gonna also look for a manual intake for this because this definitely does not have an idle air control valve at all.
Well, it has them. It has the idle air control sensors here, and there's also one on the bottom of the throttle body. But we need one for the manual because it's different. We don't have the actual sensor hooked up down there because this is for the automatic throttle body. So we're gonna try and get the whole new manual shits for the intake.
Yeah, so we'll see if we can find that. All right, made it to the junkyard. We're back at the Civic that we pulled the manual SI trans out of. So we already did. We kind of forgot to record. Pulled the injector clips. This didn't have the right Dizzy clip, but we pulled the alternator and not the alternator, but the alternator like wiring harness clip. And what else did we pull? Is that it?
Engine mounts.
Oh, and the engine mounts.
Poly engine mounts.
Poly engine mounts. Here, I'll show you. One of them's a little, they're like not perfect, but they'll definitely work.
Yeah.
Pretty nice.
Fucking
Junkyard find.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and now we're gonna go look for more EGs to see if we can get the Dizzy clip that we need.
That's just gonna be fucking fire, bro.
All right, so we're back at the EK like a week later. Kind of forgot to record. Kind of ran into a lot of issues, waiting on parts and all that. So, sorry, this video is definitely gonna come out late, and kind of didn't record a lot, but I'll get you guys updated. So basically, I have to convert. This is an OBD2B wiring harness, and so I'm gonna need the ECU for the Z6, which is a P28. Kind of hard to come by because everyone likes to chip them and tune them for turbo stuff and different engines. But I'll get my hands on one of those. It's the last thing I need right now. I should have everything else. But I converted these the clips for the Z6, the injector clips. I converted the idle air control valve to a 2-wire. So the OBD2 is a 3-wire. OBD1 is 2-wire. So I converted that. And then these 2 distributor clips I have on the head. I have to convert those. I'll show you guys what that looks like. So these are the OBD1 plugs. This is the OBD1 distributor. So I got to wire this end of this and this end of this one into that wiring harness, and everything should hook up right. We already got all the coolant lines pretty much hooked up here. Brake booster, PCV goes down here. PCV valve goes down here, and on the Z6 engine, the PCV valve sits here. But I'm using a Y8 block, so the Y8 block it goes into the back of the black box canister. I'll show you guys that too. But we're gonna move that, so this is kind of irrelevant. But the PCV, we're just gonna route our own routing hose from that vacuum port, the top big one on the intake, down to right here. So we'll make a new hose, and I'm gonna be changing this out just because we're might as well. It's there and it's cheap. Yeah, that's kind of gonna be it for this video. Sneak peek for the next video. The parts came for the transmission, and the sleeve or the master cylinder is already in. So kind of exciting. Stay tuned. That'll be the next video. All this stuff going in. Might even get the head on tomorrow. Who knows? Thanks for watching. Sorry for not recording everything. I'm new to this. Getting used to it.